Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today I have a really nice video for you guys. So basically a very simple video today. I'm just gonna be updating my past class setups of the OG guns, just because new attachments have been added, and you know it just makes them so much better. So we're gonna start off with the M13. I made a video on this I believe 2 days ago, but I'm just gonna go over it one more time. You got the 14 Bruin echelon barrel. Increases our effective and minimum damage range by 20%, as well as bullet velocity by 16%, and then reduces recoil by 7% across the board. The cases spec, this reduces our visual recoil, as well as reducing horizontal by 18%. The Bruin, this Bruin heavy support grip, reduces our recoil gun kick by 10% and horizontal by 12%, as well as gives us visual recoil control. This gives us just a ton of visual recoil control, and then obviously that's the jack glassless optic, and then you have the 60 round mag. I'll just show it off for you really quickly. So yeah, it is. So it basically is the original M13 at this point. For the OTS 9, this is a new class setup. So you have the Thor 90 barrel, increases ADS by 6%, sprint fire by 8%, hit fire minimum and max by 5 and 7%, tac stance spread by 21%, sprint speed by 4%, and then tactical sprint speed by 3%. The Zen compensator flash hider. This reduces horizontal and vertical recoil by 5 and 15%, as well as giving us visual recoil control. The DR6 hand stop increases our ADS and sprint fire by 9%, ADS movement speed by 6%, and then movement speed by 4% and crouch movement speed by 5%. The hatchet light stock increases our ADS by 5%, ADS movement speed by 6%, crouch speed by 5%, and then movement speed by 2%. Then obviously the 50 round drum. This is just more ammo capacity for the Warzone and the higher health. For Warzone and because of its higher health. So now I got the Kilo 141. This is the MCW. I'll just show it off quickly. So this thing has very little recoil, very little visual. It's a laser beam, basically, is what I can say for it. It's a big laser beam. So you want to start off with the 16.5 inch MCW Cyclone long barrel, increasing our effective and minimum damage range by 15%, as well as our bullet velocity by 18%, and also giving us that fire aim stability, so that's visual recoil. Cases break to reduce that visual recoil even more, and as well as reducing horizontal by 18%. The Bruin heavy support grip, 10% reduction on recoil gun kick, and then 12% on horizontal recoil. The jack glassless optics, so you get that decrease in visual recoil control, decrease in visual recoil, not visual recoil control, and then obviously the 60 round drum. And then the Marco 5, you want to go for the Zen compensator flash hider. I would use the Zen compensator on every SMG, just because it gives you vertical recoil by 15%, and then horizontal by 5%, but also it decreases your bullet velocity by 5%, so I wouldn't use it on any long range options. But for SMGs, just like close to long range, it doesn't really matter about the bullet velocity. So then you want the Strike Recon long barrel, increasing your effective and minimum damage range by 18%, as well as your bullet velocity by 15%. The jack glassless optic. This is going to be very common throughout the video, so just yeah. The Lockman MK2 light stock, increasing mobility overall, so 4% in movement speed, 2% increase in sprint speed, and then 3% in tac sprint speed. And then I like the 48 round just because it doesn't slow you down as much as the 60 round. But if you're going for like If you are doing quads or trios, I'd recommend 60. Then you have the Bruin MK9. This is much better than it was. So to show a little demonstration. Yeah, it's basically has like no visual recoil now. So you want to go for the 23 XRK horizontal V2 barrel, decreasing our overall recoil by 9% and then our range by 9%, increasing by 9%. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. The cases break, reducing visual recoil as well as decreasing horizontal recoil control. My fault. The Bruin heavy support, as usual, 10 for recoil gun kick and 12 for horizontal. The Jack glassless optic to reduce the visual recoil. Then the 60 round mag just for that increased mobility. So then you want to go for the statistical AMAX we got here. I'll just show it off. So because most of these guns now are much better than they were. Yeah, so this is much better than it previously was. We're gonna go for the Bruin Bridle Heavy, in decreasing our recoil by 13% across the board, as well as increasing our effective and minimum damage range by 28%, and bullet velocity by 25%. The Cases Break L are helping with our horizontal recoil control, and also with visual recoil. The Bruin Heavy Support Grip decreases our gun kick control by 11% and the horizontal by 12%, as well as giving us visual recoil control. As usual, the Jack glassless optic to decrease that visual recoil. And then you want to put the largest mag on. For this is the 45 round. Wow. So this one's the 45 round mag, and yeah, it's just very nice. And then you have the Uzi. So this is much better than the previous one. A few changes have been made, and now it is very good. Much better than it was. So you want to go for the WSP Optac long barrel, increasing our effective and minimum damage rate by 10%, as well as bullet velocity by 12%. And then the recoil control, gun kick is reduced by 6%, as horizontal and vertical is decreased by 9%. FTAC MSP hand stop, decreasing our gun kick control by 6% and vertical by 7%. Then ADS movement speed by 15% increase, and then crouch is by 19%, and then movement speed in general is by 9. Yes, 9. You want to go for the Duster Heavy stock. This increases aiming idle stability and firing aim stability. So this is like visual recoil control. Or you can go for this one, which decreases your overall recoil, but not. So you can choose either one of those two. If you want to go for less visual recoil, go for the Duster Heavy, and then if you want to go for the less actual recoil, go for the classic stock. You want to go for the Jack glassless optic for that visual recoil control, and then finally the 50 round mag. And then finally I have the well gun. Not much is better, I'd say. Actually, I'll change this to this one, just because without the jacket it does have. So yeah, so this is the well gun class setup. You want to go for the Striker Elite Long Barrel, increasing your effective and minimum damage range by 12%, as well as your bullet velocity by 15%. And then your recoil gun control, so recoil gun kick by 6% and horizontal and vertical by 9%. The Zen Compensator, decreasing our horizontal by 5%, and vertical by 15%, as well as decreasing visual recoil. The slate reflector, just a red dot side, nothing much. The Lockman BR400 heavy brace stock, increasing movement speed by 4%, sprint speed by 4%, and tactical sprint speed by 1%. And then the 40 round mag or the 50 round, depending on if you're playing solos or duos, solos or squads. So either one of those two would be fine. I'd say I just like the 40 round mag. It's a bit faster, and you know. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.